Hey everyone, I have returned and I will be telling you all about the day today. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day. Okay, so it all started when I woke up at 10 a.m. in the morning, but I kept on putting off getting up. So I stayed in bed all the way up until around 10:30, 10:40, and then eventually I did get up. I was greeted by my mom and her family friend, and I decided to use the restroom. And after I was done with that, my mom asked if um, I was interested in having breakfast. I said yes. So she made some breakfast, and it was fried tortilla chips with the fresh corn tortilla uh, flaps and um, eggs, two over easy eggs. I was eating the meal, and as I was eating it, I brewed a cup of coffee and had that with my meal. I made sure to, of course, say Happy Valentine's Day to my mom and our family friend who was also up. And I ate the food. My sister arrived in the room. I greeted her, and after greeting her, I said Happy Valentine's Day. And then I remember getting dressed for work. I needed to leave, so I said goodbye to my mom, my sister, my family friend. I told all three that I loved them, and then I left for work. So when I eventually got to work, I remember the schedule was extremely similar to yesterday. First hour was spent bagging, which went very well. Second hour was spent doing a lot, which also went very well. And the weather was perfect today, by the way. Couldn't ask for a better day to be outside, in all honesty. It was like perfect 73, 74-degree weather. Big thumbs up. Yeah, helped out customers if they need carts. I gave them one. Bring carts into the corral. That's pretty much it. Then I took my 10-minute break where I refilled my water canteen, and I was watching a video about how AI data centers are forcing people who live near them to pay for the amount of energy the data centers are consuming instead of the big tech corporations who are making the data centers pay for them, which honestly doesn't seem very fair. I think there should be a rule that's put in place where if a big tech corporation builds a power center in a location, they should pay all electricity bills and utilities that have to do with their data center building. So I thought that was a bunch of baloney, the fact that they don't. And the cost is instead passed on to the residents who live in the area. Not right. Moving along, I went back to work where I spent the next 50 minutes giving out samples, which went well. We're sampling banana bread and chocolate marble bread, unlike yesterday where I was sampling cinnamon bread and chocolate bread. So, yeah, pretty cool. After that, the last hour was before lunch was spent pretty much like switching between bagging and doing go backs. Eventually, I punched out. I drove back home for lunch, and when I arrived, my mom bought everybody In and Out for the Valentine's time. So I decided to eat my meal. My middle sister was there. We were all reminiscing and talking about our memories, and we were showcasing cool videos to each other on the television. My mom showed a old music video that was the song "Oh Yeah" by, I think the band's name is Yellow. It was pretty interesting, pretty unique. After that, there was a bunch of vegetables, like Middle Eastern vegetables, dancing around vegetable oil that was sent by my youngest sister. It was really weird. And then there was this really interesting and cool music video that was shared by my middle sister, who showed like these dudes who put on these moon masks, and they film their music videos with like old VHS cameras, and they do a bunch of like silly editing, but it's in like a cool and interesting way. So I really liked that a lot. It was really nice. Yeah, and then I showed my Education Connection video I found online, which was really cool. So, and then my sister showed us a video called The Horrible Urktar of Or, which is a segment from a series that was like a VHS series for children back in the 90s called You Can Read. It was basically like, stories, but with like, words on the screen to help children understand how to read certain sentences. It was a really well done and educational show. I remember watching it a long time ago, and that space episode with the horrible Urktar of War was one of the episodes that was really scary to me. I was like, oh my gosh, that's terrifying. So, yeah. And then I had to leave, so I said goodbye to everybody. I drove off to work again, and for work, I bagged for the first hour. I did a lot for the second hour. Then I wiped down check stands for the third and fourth hour. And the fourth hour, I cleared a lot. That's pretty much it. I punched out. I said goodbye to my coworkers and my co-managers. I decided to grab some balloons for my two sisters at the house, my mom and our family friend. I said goodbye to everyone. I made plans to do a transfusion donation on Monday with a coworker, so that's going to be interesting how that plays out. And then I drove off. Eventually, I arrived home, where my mom, our family friend, my middle sister, my youngest sister were watching an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where two of the characters put cameras in their like mom's house to spy on them to see if they're being mean to each other. And ultimately it ends up being like a reality TV show where it just becomes off the wall goofy. And it's interesting to see how it ultimately plays out. And it was really funny. I really thought it was really hilarious. And then after that, I made some tea for my middle sister and me. My middle sister got peach tea. I got Earl Grey, and we both got a little bit of honey, and I got some half and half. My youngest sister, I made 2 cups of coffee for her. Then we watched the One Piece fan edit of the One Piece show that just makes the story as straightforward and easy to follow as possible. And after watching that, we said goodbye to my middle sister. She left. We sang a little song, and well, we sang a little song with her before she left to give safe blessing and passage. And then after that, I snuggled our cat that was in my mom's room. And then me and my sister like hung out. My youngest sister, we just talked about like various different subjects having to do with like entertainment and things like that. I was playing a little VR, the Resident Evil 4 VR for PS5. It was pretty good. And then I ate like too much candy. I brushed my teeth. I took my vitamins. I used mouthwash. And now I am here recounting my day. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't really do Brain Jam today, and I did not do the Simmy and Jimmy Survivor update video, and I also did not do any line work or drawing practice today either. So tomorrow, since I have the day off, I might as well use that time to get those things done before it gets any later. So that's going to do it for now. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.